Hello everybody out there, and welcome to this very special milestone video for my channel. This marks the 1000th video for my channel, and holy crap, where did the time go? A little over 5 years, and already we are at 1,000 videos, or I'm at 1,000 videos. I say we because there are more people that work on this channel, but we'll get into this channel a little bit later. This is more of just an intro to the video. I have a lot more I want to say, and I will at the end. But before we get into the stuff I want to talk about, first of all, it's been an amazing journey. I definitely want to say that at the beginning of this video. And you guys are going to take a little trip down memory lane with myself, and we're going to remember and look back on certain parts of this journey that I've been on with you guys, following along with me, and you guys have been amazing. How things have changed and evolved so much since my very first video on this channel. It's been an amazing journey, and it really makes me very curious to where I will be 5 years from now, because it's been 5 years and things have changed and evolved so much that I'm very curious on where this channel will be 5 years from now, and I'm looking forward to that. And ironically, we're going into 5 years later. This would be a perfect point or spot to put a clip in for 5 years later for Comic Frontline, but I'm not. I have a very, very cool idea for Comic Frontline, and I don't want to spoil it by putting any little hints in this video, so I'm going to leave that out. But it's been amazing. I've made so many amazing friends. I'm still making amazing friends on here. So many people I've talked to through comments and messages. It's been amazing. But I'm going to stop here with talking about all that, because we're going to get into a little bit of a thank you and everything. And I got a lot more I want to say. And I will say it as soon as we finish going through the second segment, which is going to be a walk down memory lane. I'm going to be spotlighting certain videos from this channel. Unfortunately, I was going to spotlight all the series on my channel. Unfortunately, some series will not be spotlighted, and that's due to the fact that I could not find, or we have lost, the first episodes of honorable mentions go out to Comic Book Corner, which is my review of trade paperbacks and hardcovers. Unfortunately, we lost the first video of that. Any announcement video I made, I never made a archive of, because once the announcements were made, a couple of weeks later, the announcements weren't announcements anymore, so I never saved them. Any podcast that went into a live show, which was the Dark Avenger podcast, which then became the Dark Avenger live show. The live show was recorded straight onto the YouTube channel, so unfortunately I don't have any copies of that to show in this little segment that's coming up. The podcast was all voices also, so I didn't want to put voices in. The 200th comic book review, which is a milestone I hit 50 episodes ago, unfortunately cannot be in this video, because we have not saved any of our videos since I think it was about my 170 something review, so we don't have the video to throw into the segment for that. I know you can download videos off of YouTube. This all came up so quickly that I have not had the time to do it, and with other reviews which are being held up especially for this video, I don't want to hold up reviews too long, because I've been late all summer. It's been a crazy summer, and I'll get into that towards the end of the video also. But also other videos that are not here, obviously, because I don't have any announcement videos. The announcement where I announced Dark Avenger Inc., which was my secondary channel with me and my friends, which then became a group channel, which now evolved into Comic Frontline, which is a different channel, but it's still the same people. Those announcements aren't in it, but Dark Avenger Inc. as well as Comic Frontline play a humongous role in the evolution of this channel as well. The Spider-Man and Superboy show, unfortunately, the CD that we put all the episodes on was destroyed. We don't know if it was through a burn or if a scratch did it, but we were unable to get the first couple of episodes off of the DVD, so it ruins that. So we don't have anything of the Spider-Man and Superboy show, but that was the first skit Mike and I did on this channel. So other than that, everything else to my knowledge, unless I'm forgetting something, has made it. I'm not going to put any haul videos up, obviously, because they're haul videos, but the hauls are also a huge cornerstone, and it's a podcast. Again, it's a podcast, not a video series, so I did leave that out. Another honorable mention there. The morning show that I started, that eventually me and Brent will start up again, all recorded on YouTube, so I was unable to get clips of that, and I don't want to sit here and record off of a computer either, so all the live shows, anything I mentioned has been playlisted. You can check it out on my channel. You can click playlist. You have the full list of videos plus Epic Story, which is a Brooklyn Boys thing. And I wanted to put our very first ever Brooklyn Boy video on this rundown of memories, but unfortunately we couldn't find the first CD or DVD where we burnt all of our first 2 years worth of videos onto. So can't give you guys that. If you want to check it out, you can go on Brooklyn Boys, go all the way to the end, and you'll see the very, very, very first video, which actually starred me, and it was a New Age DX skit. So anyway, let me stop wasting time, and let's take a little walk down memory lane together, and then we will come back. Also, at the end of memory lane, there was a very special part to this 1,000th video celebration, which I'm going to be putting in right at the very end. After we go through all of our memories, we're going to jump into that clip, and then you guys are going to come back here, and I'm going to close out the show, give a couple of my thoughts, and then move forward from there, so to speak. So let's go have some fun and rehash or remember. For those of you that remember certain things, for whether you jumped on from my very first video, you've jumped on recently, you jumped on in the middle, if any of these videos hold something for you, if this was your first video where you jumped on or found my channel, I hope this sparks a little bit of memories or some fond memories for you guys as well. So let's start rolling those clips, shall we?
Every story has a beginning. Every hero has an origin. This is mine. Through the years, you all will get to know me well. The YouTube community has been quiet the past few years. It's time to shake things up again. Sometimes when a hero dies or news of his or her return is mentioned, other new heroes rise. Now it is my time to rise. Who am I? I'm the Dark Avenger. As far as who I really am, well, for now, let's leave that a secret. Change is upon us all now. So it is time to start our journey. The question is, are you ready? If you're not sure, then maybe over time you will be. And if you are sure, then welcome. Now, my Dark Avengers. Assemble!
Yes, guys, it's true. I am the Dark Avenger. This is going to be my own personal independent site from my group page, which is Brooklyn Boys 13 for those of you who do know me, and for those of you who don't know me, hi! And anyway, for about a year and a half now, I've been working on Brooklyn Boys 13, and I've been getting tons of messages. Chris, why don't you make your own profile? I mean, Mike has his site, which is DudeRock18. Kevin has his site, which is ShadowWolf000. And Hillary has her own site, PanakaK. So why don't you have one? And I always said that, you know, I work on Brooklyn Boys a lot. And I'm really the only one that goes on the profile. So technically that's like my own profile. But then I started to think about it. And, you know, a year and a half later, Brooklyn Boys is a group page. Even though I'm doing all the work on the page, it's not my own personal page. So I decided, why not give it a shot? Thus, the Dark Avenger. So, what can you expect on my Dark Avenger page? Well, you can expect, just like Brooklyn Boys, a random assortment of everything. I mean, anything I can do, you guys will be seeing it. Just like Brooklyn Boys, don't think I'm taking away from Brooklyn Boys. These will be my own personal random clips. So, you don't have to worry about that. But like I said in my trailer, it is going to have a little bit of a focus on superheroes. At times, I will be making videos on props that I own, like this wonderful Iron Man Mark II helmet, which is an actual prop from Marvel. I have tons of others that I will be making videos of. I also am very into the news as far as Marvel and DC. So from time to time, I'll be making news videos on current events that are going on in Marvel and DC, as well as a whole bunch of other things. Maybe I'll do character profiles on all the big superheroes. I mean, we'll see. We'll see where this channel goes, and hopefully it'll go as far as Brooklyn Boys. And I do hope that this channel gets as much success as our group has. I hope you guys continue to enjoy Brooklyn Boys, and I hope you guys begin to enjoy my own Dark Avenger site. And before you guys say anything, it doesn't mean I'm going dark or anything. It's a mix of two characters. Dark from the Dark Knight, which represents Batman, who passed away, and Avenger to represent Captain America, who died and is now returning. So don't think I'm going dark or anything. It has nothing to do with me going dark at all. It's just, it's a hero profile name. And I will catch you guys in the next video on Brooklyn Boys, and I will be seeing you guys soon on the my Dark Avenger page. So, later guys. Hey guys, welcome to my first ever Dark Avenger walkthrough. And yep, we're going to be doing Ghostbusters for the Xbox 360. And as you guys can see, I've already played the game since I have all the levels. We're going to start with the first level, which is Hotel Sledgewick. And basically, I just wanted to keep my account going. These are all the chapters we'll be doing. I'm going to start from the very beginning. And I've already beat it on experience. I'm going to casual because you guys are going to be like, experience is going to take too long and I'm going to keep dying. That's fine. So we're going back to the beginning. So this will be my first Dark Avenger walkthrough, and basically doing this right now because we're very busy on Brooklyn Boys doing Epic Story and everything else that it's very hard for me to get time to make my videos, the videos I've been talking about. But as soon as I get the time, I will be starting my actual videos. But in the meantime, I figured I'd do a walkthrough with you guys on my site, because I know you guys like the walkthroughs we do on Brooklyn Boys, and I've wanted to do this game for a while now. This is the new cadet. This is the best game that came out this year on the Xbox 360 thus far. And I don't care what anyone else says because I love Ghostbusters.
We'll start at 50% capacity. That should keep any burning or tissue damage.
And as always, like on Brooklyn Boys, I'll be doing verbal commentary while the game's going on. Kind of makes these walkthroughs unique, I guess you can say. Also, I got Mike here with me. He'll be, watching as well.
Bye.
Shut up.
You know, just in case.
Okay, you can talk. But no, he'll be doing some commentary also. So anyway, the game is awesome.
He's tuned and ready
Beat
to go.
it on experience, like I said. Wouldn't even dare to do it on advanced. To forget about it.
We perfected an extensive.
So basically, this is the first level. Basically, the whole training thing is going to be going on in this, and then it goes into. Hey everybody, Chris here, and well, the Dark Avenger site's been around now for a few months. Got a few good videos off, did a few reviews, started and finished my Ghostbusters video game walkthrough. But this site, like I said in my first and second video, this site was created, this channel was created mainly for comic books, for comic book related videos, whether it be reviews or whatever. And sadly, due largely to the fact that I've been working a lot on the Brooklyn Boys channel, I have not had the time to actually make videos for my personal channel. So now I've actually taken the time, I'm actually going to take the time out to work on building up this site and getting some comic book videos and videos in general down for this site. So what is this intro video? This intro video is for my comic book reviews, which I will be hopefully doing every single week. I can't give you guys an exact date, but I will be doing them every week. So what comic books can you expect me to be reviewing? Well, any comic book I buy or collect will be in the review, obviously. If you want a list of the comic books, you can go on my channel. I have to update it still, but those are basically all the comic books I will be collecting and reviewing. I don't have a panel of friends. I don't have a group of people that collect comic books. None of my friends collect comic books, so I really don't have anybody to discuss, as far as a book, comic books with. So these reviews are going to be solo videos with, of course, the random shit in the background. So these are going to be solo videos of me doing comic reviews. Maybe I'll have a few friends do guest star appearances, or it depends on how things go. So anyway, expect anything from my comic book reviews, and I will be sitting here with my trusty Pepsi, and hopefully I won't have to drink too much of it when I'm reviewing these things. Hey everybody, Chris here, and this is my first comic book review. I guess you can call this episode 1. You can call the intro, I guess, episode 0 then. And before we get started, I'd like to mention something about my comic books. Sadly, there are no comic book stores around my area, and so most of all my comic books I get via the internet. To be more precise, midtowncomics.com. I'll put a link up here, or I'll put a link up to the site on my description box. And that's where I get all my comic books. They do great service. Anyway, first comic book on the review. Anti-Venom, New Ways to Live. And this is part 2 of 3. Part 1, really fast, got me interested. I was interested to just see what Eddie Brock... Hey everybody, welcome to my 100th comic book review, my 100 Dark Avenger comic book review. Woo! Officially in the triple digits now. We had a huge celebration today, had a good time doing lots of videos and stuff off camera. Anyway, before I actually get into the stuff I got now, I want to first of all thank Doc and Howler once again for the awesome Superman tie. Only reason I'm wearing it with my Green Lantern shirt is because this is the shirt I wore in my very first comic book review, and I wanted to wear it in my 100th at least. And then next year, next 100, we'll see what I'll wear there. So it does kind of collide, does clash a bit. And in the background, I have Mike, if you could zoom in. That's why Michael's still behind the camera. Michael will. By the way, let me introduce these guys first. Mike, my cameraman, now all 100 episodes, will be leaving behind the camera soon to join us to do comics. Joe, who has comic books this week, and Amber, who has comic books this week.
Guys.
Okay, Mike, come take a seat. Yep. I'm going to move the tie so this way I don't ruin the tie.
Can I wear it?
No, you cannot wear it. No, you cannot wear it. Did I mess up my hair?
You can put it on, so
fine.
Thank you.
Oh, I knew it.
I said no.
I
No
don't
means
listen.
yes in her case.
You know me.
Kill you. That's what I know about
But
it.
yeah, let's get into your comic book.
Alright, Amber, yours is first.
Wait, the week they
The
released.
week they were... Thank you very much. You're very helpful today.
You're welcome.
September 28th, 2011. The
Last
last week of September. Thank you, God. After that, we were done with September, but we're officially in October anyway. Hey guys, welcome to another part of the 1000th video. Apparently, well, first of all, Cindy got me this nice little cake without the number 1000 on it. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
And Mike has a box, and he wanted to show it on video, so I decided to add this to the 1000th video.
And the thing is, he does not know what it is.
No, I do not know what it is.
So I am going to let you do the honors to open it.
I don't like that there's a wet ring around it.
Don't worry.
Is something going to shoot out?
No.
Oh, Mike got me a cheesecake. It's
A marble cheesecake.
A marble. Is that supposed to be like a Marvel kind of?
No, marble. Well, marble, yeah. No.
So I now have 2 small cakes.
Yep. And in this video, you do the honors.
I do the first cut of both cakes.
Well,
Give him another knife.
okay. You say so.
There you go.
Alright.
2 knives, 2 cakes. One here. I don't want to cut my name.
Just cut it.
One here where I won't cut my name.
Okay.
And cut. 1000.
1000 videos.
So that's the cake part.
Yep. I know you like cheesecake, so that's why I got you that. So
I'm glad because you're not getting any.
yes, I am. Yes, I am.
He thinks he is.
So that's 1000 videos going strong. How does it feel?
A lot of videos.
A lot.
A lot of work.
Yep.
Thank you, Cindy, and thank you, Michael. The wonderful
You're welcome.
cakes, which
Welcome.
we're now going to eat off camera.
Yep.
So stay tuned for more parts to this episode.
Later, guys.
Yeah, so that was an amazing journey from that very first trailer, which was basically just me branching off of Brooklyn Boys and doing my own thing, to the first comic review, to the 100th comic review, to everything else that I've experience, everything else I've gone through. Another honorable mention was my very first ever sponsors, which were Radical Comics. They came in, I believe, close to my 100th comic book review. And then Mike went from being a cameraman in the first freaking 100 or 200 videos. Right after the 100th comic review, he actually jumped on to my comic book panel. I've had many people guest star on my panel, on my comic reviews. Some people which I would consider my comic panel, which then ended up changing. But the two brothers stayed true. We stayed in our comic review. We stayed as the comic reviewers. So it's more of a comic book, it's more of a brothers review panel, so to speak. That's why when I say we've come far, it's because it went from being my channel to basically it's Michael and my reviews plus other videos that I do solely. But still, Michael is part of the panel. So thus, the comic reviews after 100 all the way to 200, and we just passed 250. We're heading over to 300 in one more year. So around this time next year, you guys better be ready for a really huge celebration for 300. And things are going to be changing this year. But anyway, it's going to be a huge celebration for 300. We're going to start gearing up for it once we get close to the 80s. In 280s, we're going to start looking for stuff and getting stuff ready. Who knows, we might have the world's biggest again. Not the same maybe a different but it'll be there. And who knows, maybe I wish I could say the Spider-Man and Superboy show will come back at some point. It all depends on if DC fixes itself or not, because it's hard to pretend to be a Superboy that no longer exists, which is why we're working more on the Mario Brothers show again on Brooklyn Boys. But you never know. DC could pull a, we were just kidding. This was a 5 to 7 year. Yeah, I'm basically just grabbing straws here, but you never know. They could say, yeah, we were just planning to do this for like 10 years, and here's your old DC universe back. I don't know. And at this point, it all falls under whatever DC wants to do with their company. They're going to do it anyway. So let be what will be. All the comic books, since that very first review all the way to now, comics have come, comics have gone. I've actually dropped Superman for about 3 months, which I never in my life would have ever, I could never see myself dropping a Superman book, and I did it for 4 months, and it was crazy. And you guys were there through the whole journey, whether, like I said, you jumped on, I said this at the beginning of the video, whether you jumped on my first comic review, my 50th, my 100th, my 200th, my 250, my 236, my 201, 140, 150, whatever review you jumped on. It's been a really crazy, awesome, amazing ride. And like I said also, it evolved into Dark Avenger Inc., which is now Comic Frontline, and Comic Frontline is evolving into an amazing, amazing channel, amazing website that in little over a year is about to surpass Dark Avenger Inc., which has been around for 2 years, which was around for about 2 years before we moved over to Comic Frontline, and I'm very happy with how things are moving forward. This past summer, guys, I will say my eyes were opened to a lot of things that I've been selectively ignoring, and I should not have been ignoring it for as many years as I have. And I can, and a lot of things I honestly could see now why certain things or certain factors have happened in my life. And in the next year, a lot of things are going to fundamentally change in my life. Very soon, as a matter of fact, some. And you guys will be around for that journey, and I'll make those announcements, at least the ones that aren't super personal, as time moves forward. But the good news is, I know that no matter what happens, the support of Cindy, Michael, especially Michael, because he's been there since the beginning, and Ellie now, who's around, I never have to worry about if there'll be a next review or if there'll be a next video in the project we're working on, because I know that if I can't carry the reins when it comes to buying comic books or video games, that I can rely on them to hold the reins until I can jump back on, which I will jump back on. I just don't know how fast, but I know I can rely on them to help me continue to move forward until things fix up a little bit and change, and we can move forward from there. So that's giving you guys a little bit of a hint on what's possibly to come. I don't know. And don't take any guesses in the comments below, because I'm not going to answer any guesses either on what. There's more than one factor anyway. 2015 is going to be a gigantic new chapter in my personal life. But it is going to reach into my life on here with you guys, because it's going to open the door to many, many possibilities and many different videos, many different ideas, not only for this channel, but for Comic Frontline, for this project that we are tirelessly, myself, Michael, Ellie, and everybody, I can't give names out, everybody who's working on this other project, which is going to be linked to Comic Frontline, but it involves all of us, so all of us will be talking about it. We're not making the announcement right now. Mike and I did on Brooklyn Boys, because we wanted to make sure that people we know would be very interested in this project were on board. Guys, if you are interested in even an inkling of what the project is, I highly, highly recommend you guys check out Michael's video on his channel, where he made an announcement specifically on just this project. Or you can go on Brooklyn Boys and hear our entire rundown of announcements from September all the way through until 2015. And we did make the announcement of the project there. But with this new project and Comic Frontline, now that the summer is over, another thing is we will have more time to do a lot more than we've been able to in the past 2 months. The scheduling is going back to normal for me. Michael's scheduling is easing up. So hopefully, with everything easing up for the next 3 seasons, being fall, winter, and spring, things will definitely be more flexible for us to do more videos again. And we have 5 Years Later coming up, which Mike and I are going to be covering every single book, just like Villains Month. And we're going to be doing a huge thing on Comic Frontline. And this is all leading into New York Comic Con in October. Looking forward to that. I'm probably going to be there 3 or 4 days at least, because I have some time off during that week, which I'm thanking God for, and I probably won't have that again for a very long time. But I will be there at least 3 days this time around, so hopefully there'll be a lot more coverage. There's just a lot of stuff coming. A lot of things that we are working on, and a lot of things that are going to be happening not only on my channel but on Michael's channel. We just came up with a couple ideas for his channel to get his channel's videos rolling, so he'll get to 1,000 at some point soon. And stuff for this project. I mean, guys, if you even, I wish I could explain to you guys how much time and work we've put into already just setting up for this project. Now we're getting into the beta phase of it, and when we leave the beta phase is when you guys are going to get the announcement on Comic Frontline. It's not going to happen right now. And also the podcast I'm working on zone4podcast.com, Hall of Toys. Brant and I are working tirelessly to make sure that once a month you guys will get a Hall of Toys, and we have. I'm not going to say anything except this one sentence so Brant doesn't kill me, but we have major announcements to come in the coming months from Hall of Toys. And I've been on Zone 4, and I am a reserve member, meaning I can be called in at any time. So guys, you should be listening to Zone 4, because you never know when I'm going to be on. This past week, Dirk Manning was on there. And for those of you guys who don't know Dirk Manning, go on Comic Frontline. I interviewed the man, amazing guy. Really enjoyed talking with him at New York Comic Con Special Edition this year. You guys should definitely be checking out Zone 4 Podcast. As far as live shows, I promised you guys, and I will stick to the promise that I will give you guys a live show at some point post 1000 just for you guys. I will pick a day. I will pick a day a week or two in advance. This way you guys have more than enough time to make it, to make sure that you'll be around for that live show. Who knows, I might have guests on there too, because you guys know me, I'm not one to just sit on a live show alone. But even if I don't have guests, we will have a live show. The morning stream, hopefully at some point, will be back. No definitive date for the morning stream anymore, guys. It could be any day of the week, any day of the weekend. We could be filming it at 4 in the morning, for all you guys know, and it'll go live in the early AMs. But we will work on the morning stream again. I promise you guys, as time moves forward. It's a podcast. I don't want to give any announcements on that yet. But right now, in the interest of free time and ability, especially with September here now, and we've got big events going on in DC, and Marvel's going to be starting one very soon again for the 5th time this year. That podcast is going to be put on hold for right now. This way, Mike and I can dedicate our time to the comic books, which is our main focal point. And like I said, it's just been an amazing ride, and this shirt started it all, ironically. My very first comic review, I was wearing this very shirt. Now, 1,000 videos later, 5+ years later, here we are, and you guys have just been the most amazing people, friends, people. Some people I call my family, my extended family. You guys have been amazing. And I wouldn't trade the past 5+ years, the 1,000 videos, soon to be 1,000+ videos. I wouldn't trade any of that for the world, because this definitely has been an experience that I'm glad I was pushed into, because I didn't want my own channel, and I did finally decide on getting one after being pushed and pushed. And I'm very happy where I am now, and I'm really looking forward to where things are going to go with this channel, with Comic Frontline, and everything else that Mike, I, and everybody else from Comic Frontline, or certain people from Comic Frontline, or Zone 4, or Comic Related, or whoever I'm working with, where we're going. I wish I could mention this project half the time. I know I keep talking about it and I want to say it, but I'm looking forward to everything that's coming in the coming year. If you thought Comic Frontline made a huge, what's the word? A huge impact this year, wait for the end of this year and wait till next year, because the impact is going to be bigger. It's going to touch more things, more topics, more categories than Dark Avenger ever had. I'm sure we would have if we kept going. I'm not saying Dark Avenger Inc. didn't, but it's going to touch on a lot more categories, where there's going to be a lot more coverage, and there's going to be a lot more connected to Comic Frontline. With Frontline Fiction, we've got the media stuff down pat. We've got another thing, like I said, that we're working on. It's going to be off the hook amazing. And the reason I talk about Comic Frontline on my 1,000 video is because it all started from me wanting to have having a second channel, because YouTube made a mistake, and that channel became me and my friends, which then became a group channel, which now is something that this channel is connected to. So anything that happens on Comic Frontline, it benefits everybody's solo channel as well. And it's connected to everybody's solo channel as well. And I have to say, I will say this, everybody who's commented the video, everybody who's watched any of my videos, who's taken the time out to message me. I've gotten a lot of people who don't like leaving comments because they're afraid of comment wars or whatever, and I've gotten tons of messages. All you guys especially mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out to watch my videos, to share your thoughts on things. And for those of you that haven't shared your thoughts, let this be encouragement. I love talking to people. I love messaging you guys back. I love commenting back. And I will be doing a lot of reviews in the future, a lot of innovative things on this channel, on Comic Frontline and other projects. So hopefully you guys will let your voices be heard, talk more. That's what we are aiming for in the coming year, getting you guys to talk with us more. And it's going to be fun. And another thing is, the people I've worked with on Comic Frontline, and yes, it's work, but it's good work. It's the best kind of work. It's the work that you wake up every day in the morning and say, this is something I'm happy to be a part of, to be working on, to be, you know, striving for with. And you fill in the blanks with the with. But everybody from Comic Frontline to the people who unfortunately had to leave our journey or have left on our journey through Dark Avenger Inc. People who were involved and then left, or you know what I mean. You guys know who I'm talking about. I'm sure if you know Comic Frontline and Dark Avenger Inc. And you followed and you know who was a part of it and now who has left for X amount of reasons or whatever. All of you guys play a fundamental part in my extended family. I consider all you guys and gals, because there is Kat, and Lisa, and and also Nicole. I consider the guys my brothers and the girls my sisters, and we're like family, and we've been like family. We bicker like family on GroupMe. We've done it, and we'll probably do it a million more times. And we talk, we have fun, we laugh, we have our inside jokes just like every other family, and I couldn't be happier to be a part of that family as well. It means more to me, especially with all the stuff that's gone on, like I said, that is going to change, that hadn't changed at that time in the past. It's kept me in high spirits, and it's given me the strength to move forward at times where I was not so much questioning moving forward, but stumbling. It definitely kept me from falling, and it kept me straight and kept me on my feet in the rough times. Knowing you guys out there who support me and my channel and my videos, and the people I work with on Comic Frontline who support me, and we all support Comic Frontline and we all support each other's channels. All the support and the friendships and the family definitely have kept me strong over years where I've tripped and I've staggered many times and stumbled. I've yet to fall. Thank God I haven't, and I don't think I ever will, thanks to you guys and thanks to my family on Comic Frontline. And I thank you guys so much for being a part of this journey, of Comic Frontline's journey, of future journeys, of past journeys, our Brooklyn Boys 13, which that journey is still moving forward. It's just moving a little bit forward at a slower pace, but we will pick up the pace at some point very soon. And you guys could join Michael moving forward also, because we got a couple of videos we're going to work on with him in the future. And hopefully Epic X will move forward. It's just been a hell of a time recording. I wish I could explain to you guys. But anyway, I've talked long enough. You guys have sat through, if you've made it this far, God bless you. You've sat through enough. Thank you for being here for however many videos you've been here for. For those of you that have been here since the very first video, thank you for being here for 1,000 videos. And for those of you that go back in time and want to look through some of those old videos, thank you for going back into the past and looking through some of those videos and going to the beginning of the journey or the middle of the journey, so to speak, and looking at the past and looking at all the things that I've gone through, all the books that I've reviewed, all the little extra videos I've thrown in here, there, and everywhere. And thank you for the future videos you guys are going to watch. And for those of you who are just jumping on with this video, thank you for joining me on this wild and crazy journey that I have no clue where it's going, where it's going to end, if it's ever going to end. To be honest with you guys, one other thing that you guys have been here for. When I started this channel, I was with one girlfriend, broke up with her, got together with another girlfriend, broke up with her, or we broke up. Basically, it was mutual breakups. But then you guys actually were here for my current girlfriend, and now you guys were also with me as I took the step from into adulthood. Let's put it that way. As I took the step into parenthood, not adulthood. As I took the step into parenthood, and this past year, having my son born, my first son, you guys were there for me as I took my first steps into parenthood, and you guys will be there as I move forward. I've already had a few people tell me how things are going to be years from now. Those of you out there that already have children, you've already told me what to expect, and I look forward to each and every one of those moments, even though you guys are probably saying, "You're crazy, I know what I went through, you're going to hate it." Yeah, I'll probably hate a little bit of it, but I'm going to love it at the same time because it's my son. So you guys have been with me through a lot. Through exes, through currents, and now through my first child. So it means the world to me that you guys have all been there through all of the milestones in my life. 100 video, 200, son, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, Michael being naked with Jackie Chan, everything. And who knows what the future is going to hold. No more exes, that's for sure. But you never know what else. Video-wise, personal life-wise, that I share with you guys. As always, Brooklyn Boys, we've been open book to everybody. We've only kept the very personal stuff personal. Anything that's not too personal, we've shared. And same goes here. Anything that's not too personal or too deep, you guys know it'll be shared on here. And you guys are joining me on a journey of many things. Comic books, parenthood, friendship, family, you name it. The journey has gone on with toys and video games and shoot. I think the only thing I haven't touched on is music, and that's because I really don't do too much talking the music stuff, but I've done singing. If you guys are interested, you can check it out on Brooklyn Boys also. But we've gone through everything else. Interviews with awesome people, future interviews with Lord knows who. I look forward to it all, and everything that I've gone through already, I love it. I love it, and I wouldn't change any of it for the world. The good and the bad times. Because you know what? Sometimes you got to go through the bad times to get to the better times or the good times. So I wouldn't trade any of it. So thank you guys so much for being here for my 1000th video. And thank you guys so much for sticking with me for so long. And hopefully you guys will stick with me until I pass this channel on to Tommy. If I pass this channel down to Tommy. If he's interested in any of this. If I ever retire. We'll find out when I'm 90 if I'm still doing videos. Yeah, probably still will be, yeah. Here's to 90. And here's to the past, the present, and especially here's to the future. Thank you guys so much. Take care. Keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys really soon in another video. And many more to come afterwards.